fighter. I think he's amazing. I think he has great technique. He has crazy knockout power.
We all know Tank best weight is 35, 40. You fought Barrios at 40, 35, 40. You fight Jake Paul, who getting better. I'm like I said, and he got 6 feet tall. Where Tank gonna hit him?
Gervonta Davis opened his training camp for the Jake Paul showdown with explosive energy. On day one, he unleashed a blistering 35-punch combo during pad work, displaying his trademark speed, power, and accuracy. Every sharp movement highlighted the focus and discipline he's bringing into camp. Observers believe this sends a clear message. Davis is locked in and ready to break down Jake Paul with his experience, precision, and relentless pressure once fight night arrives. Gervonta Davis lit up social media after dropping a message on Instagram that read, "See you soon. I guess ATL gonna be two-toned." He quickly followed with, "Tell them to send that bag and I'm coming." The post made two things clear. Davis is hungry to get back in the ring, and he expects a business side of boxing to be handled with respect. In today's fight game, where athletes balance legacy with financial security, Tank's words struck a chord. This wasn't just a casual update, it was a statement of intent. Davis showed he's motivated, prepared, and fully aware of his value, making it clear he won't step forward without the recognition and compensation he deserves.
I text that again. Tell them boys to give me 150 M's. I'm coming. You know what I mean? When I start streaming out that, and that, stop it. Knock it off, cuz. Stop it. Tell them to send that bag, and I'm coming. And I'm, you know.
Even before the fight was made official, Gervonta Davis didn't hold back on his views about Jake Paul's boxing career. He once brushed off Paul's efforts as trash, echoing the skepticism many seasoned pros have towards celebrities stepping into the fight game. Davis argued that Paul likely turned to boxing out of boredom after other ventures like YouTube. His criticism highlighted the ongoing clash between boxing traditionalists and a new wave of entertainment-driven fighters. Yet, despite Tank's dismissals, Paul's persistence has earned him recognition, even from the sport elite. The fact that Davis is now preparing to face him is proof of how far Paul has pushed past the novelty label, turning the matchup into one of boxing's most talked-about events.
What do you think of former athletes and celebrities like Jake Paul taking up boxing? You think that grows the sport?
If he's doing it for the right reason, actually want to do it because of just like actually want to box, it's cool. But if he's doing it for like the wrong reason, just to get the hype and stuff like that, I feel as though it's trash. Sometimes people get bored at what they doing, and they want to try other stuff. Got to be mentally tough to be able to box. So that's why I don't take that away from some fighters or some people that want to jump into the sport. So just show how tough you are. That's how it should be.
For sure. That's all I got. Thank you, bro.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
The upcoming clash between Gervonta Davis and Jake Paul has ignited a heated debate in boxing circles. To some, the matchup is proof that the sport has drifted away from merit and legacy, leaning instead towards spectacle and entertainment. Critics insist it undermines boxing's credibility, reducing it to a circus act rather than a contest between elite athletes. But there's another perspective to consider. Boxing has always lived at the crossroads of sport and show business. From Muhammad Ali's magnetic personality to Mike Tyson's pay-per-view dominance, spectacle has long fueled the sport's popularity. Whether fans view this fight as a farce or a financial success ultimately depends on where they believe the balance between legacy and entertainment should lie.
Boxing has gone too far. Jake Paul is taking on Gervonta "Tank" Davis in an exhibition bout this November. The fight will be taking place in Atlanta between the cruiserweight and the 135-pounder. Nearly a 100-pound difference between the two guys. This is absolutely insane. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments down below.
Boxing analyst Andy Ross stirred conversation by predicting that Jake Paul could actually come out on top. While calling the matchup a smart move for both fighters, Ross argued that Paul's size and awkward, unconventional style might tip the scales in his favor. His take highlights the intrigue surrounding this fight. Despite lacking Davis's pedigree, Paul's physical advantages, confidence, and unpredictable approach add a layer of uncertainty. Ross's prediction may not sit well with traditionalists, but it echoes the views of those who believe Paul deserves more credit than is given in boxing circles. Still, some insiders remain doubtful the fight will even materialize.
Circus, man, that's the circus. If you want to join the circus, that's the circus. I don't see the value. I should see money involved in that. If they want the money, if that's what they want to do, then go ahead and go ahead and get the money. But other than that, I'm not a guy, Jake Paul, that's what, 6'3", 6'4", almost. Then you got a guy, Gervonta Davis, that's like 5'5", a little guy. Y'all gonna try to, who's 200 pounds, just for Mike Tyson there, I'm gonna throw him in there with a 135. It's just a circus, and that's what they want to do, to get money, to generate money in the sport of boxing instead of Gervonta Davis. This is a legacy fight. He was supposed to fight Lamont Roach after this, and then he say, no. Think about it. You really can't say too much. When you say Gervonta Tank Davis and you say Lamont Roach, there's still a question mark on that fight. It was still a question mark on that rumble. You just gonna leave it and then go right to the money and say, no, I ain't. That's how you know legacy and everything don't matter. I did that before. I took the money with the Joe Smith fight when my hand was fucked up and, excuse my language, my hand was messed up, broke in training camp, and I still said, yo, no, I'm taking that. I'm still fighting him. I'm not gonna not fight him. I'm gonna fight him. We're fighting him, Dad. We're fighting him, Rick. We're fighting him, Fred. I want to get to everybody. Jesse, don't take the fight, man. Let your hand heal. Let's get the surgery. No, I'm fighting him. It's too close. We 3 weeks out. I'm fighting him.
Coach Bernie brushed off the idea of the matchup entirely, insisting he doesn't see it happening, not even as an exhibition. In his view, the fight carries no real purpose or credibility, serving more as hype than substance. His doubts aren't unusual. Plenty of high-profile crossover bouts have collapsed during negotiations before. Bernie's stance reflects the wider reluctance within boxing to fully embrace celebrity-driven spectacles. However, with both Davis and Paul publicly expressing their commitment, his prediction could be proven wrong. Still, his skepticism underscores a lingering sentiment in the sport. Many remain doubtful of the fight's legitimacy.
One more things before I go. Jake Paul is fighting Gervonta Davis.
Crazy.
Your thoughts on this?
I have locks with Snaggy right there. I think Jake Paul wins that fight. You're way look. Obviously, Gervonta Davis has way more experience. He's a hell of a fighter. He's done so much more for boxing, and than a lot of people. But to say that, that's not, everyone's gonna want to watch that fight. I think it's a genius idea. I think Jake Paul sets the craziest expectations, and I think he sets the bar so high now in the boxing world. Jake Paul revived boxing. People could say what they want to say about it, but Jake Paul really revived the sport of boxing. Joe Rogan once said previously, not too long ago, but he did speak about how boxing would eventually die out and all the eyes would shift to MMA. And it's true. I sit there, I'll watch UFC whenever there's an amazing pay-per-view event. I'm always watching it. Boxing, I don't really watch it as much. And yeah, you can call me a casual to the sport. I'm just getting into it. But the people that are just getting into the sport, UFC is like the new boxing, what it was 20, 30 years ago. So Jake Paul is changing and reviving the sport of boxing, in my opinion. But I think that Jake Paul wins that fight. I love Gervonta as a fighter. I think he's amazing. I think he has great technique. He has crazy knockout power. Don't underestimate him.
You've spoken to him before, haven't you?
Yeah.
When you're doing it was you and Ron Garcia and Gervonta and Tank when they were fighting.
Yeah. I just spoke with Gervonta today, actually. So when I get back to Miami, him and I might do something. I don't know. But, I think, like I said, don't count him out. But I think Jake Paul wins that fight.